wanted to change. Also, I changed as a person, and one day I found myself very worried about what was happening in the country, very worried about what I felt. I felt I was scared for the life of the people I loved, and I said I should do something to talk about this fear. And so, we began making Miss Bala as a way to talk about the fear we feel, and that we felt people around us was, having the same experience.
With a subject like this, how does a film like it's important, I think, to have this film broadcast to the world. The film debuted at the Cannes Film Festival, to sort of a lot of acclaim and a lot of attention. But sort of when it opens in Mexico, how does a subject like this that's kind of sensitive and close to home, how does that go over locally?
Well, maybe Pablo can tell you better than me, but I felt, it was very strange to see. Some people thought that we were betraying the country, that we were talking bad about Mexico. I don't think we do. I think we are talking bad about certain people. And yeah, it was very controversial. People say a lot of people hated it, so it was interesting just to see that. How can you hate a movie about a woman that is being, tortured? But yeah, people say that. It was like the news. I don't know. Do you remember another offensive comment?
Well, yeah, I mean, everybody asked us if the president had seen it, and we always say, well, no, but we would love for him to see it. And yes, of course, the moment that the film came out, it's made with public funds, 100%. Well, apart from Fox's money, which is not public, but the Mexico part is all money from funds and from states that it's federal money. So that tells you two things. One, which is a country that allows to be criticized by its own work, and that is commendable, and we're always thankful to be able to make a film like this, which in other circumstances wouldn't. But it created a lot of harshness, and especially when we travel. In Mexico City, we kind of is such a big place that you can figure it out, and of course the press was always against the government, so they were supporting us and using the film as a weapon. But there was a whole bunch of things happening outside where we would go to Japan and show the film, and the ambassador will be almost like not letting us go in, or because it is a very very difficult situation. At the same time, the government is trying to promote Mexico as a safe place, which half of it might be, or it's not. But we are making a film that delivers a message, as Gerardo is saying, of how desperate we are to tell people what is actually happening. So the agendas were mixing them.
An actress and a performance. I mean, how did you sort of cast that role, and what was the quality you're looking for? Because on one hand, you need the audience to sort of be able to read a lot into her, but you also need her to communicate enough that we're not stranded, sort of, experiencing the movie through her eyes.
That was one of the challenges of the film. I think, when I had to say that I met her through a shampoo commercial. So I saw her, and I said, well, if she can act, she will do it, she's the one. I met her, and, we had a lot of talks, and I guess, I don't know how much I directed her. I think I remember there was one guideline that I said that she had to keep her dignity. That was the most important thing. Like, I didn't want her like as the usual Mexican actress, like crying and asking God to help her, and all these things. Like, I really wanted to break from that, because I felt if I use the melodrama formula, it would be very boring. And but I also know that people get very frustrated from the fact that she is very passive. At the same time, I wanted to comment on that. I guess for me, her attitude and she being passive is a metaphor of how the people in Mexico is very passive about what is happening, and we don't act, and we cannot. I don't think it's our duty to act violently against the criminals, but what's our role, So, I get all the time from from the people out is like, why doesn't she just get the gun from the bad guy and kills him? And he said, well, maybe that's something that Bruce Willis will do, but I don't think like a woman can do it. And I even don't want to, even if she was capable, like, she was like a big, a big hero. I don't think that's the duty of the Mexicans to be like violent. We just have to find a way to organize ourselves, and that's what I wanted to do. I wanted the people to be frustrated, so if you feel frustrated, that was the idea. So we can think about what is happening, why are we in this trap.